All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Darkpool Algo, and today is Wednesday, April 28th, 2021. This is the morning live stream. I like to go through a couple of scanners that I have, try to find some stocks that I want to play for the day. If you have any suggestions, if you have any comments, if there's something you want me to look at, looking for dark pool, block trade, smart money moves, make sure that you hit me up in chat and I'll try to get that on the list. So I'm going to get right into it. We went a little over yesterday. I'm totally okay with that as long as we've got our audience participation. It's the morning. I'm going to grab a drink real quick. I'm going to mute my mic so I can move it over so we can get better sound while I'm streaming. So let's just jump right into it. All right, I'm back. Hopefully that wasn't too loud of a bangy in everybody's ears. First thing I want to go over today is there is a new stock that is going to be trading under the ticker symbol Mnmd, and it stands for Mnmd. It is the second psychedelic company ever to go public. So basically, they're using mushrooms to do, or microdosing mushrooms to help with anxiety and depression. So, oh wow, I bet you that didn't sound good. So, looking at it, it started off and looks like it's running. It started at 820, lows of 375, and currently trading at 450. I think that that's probably a pretty good level for it. We'll just keep an eye on it. Sorry, had to mute the mic again. Let's see. Looking at our watch list, that was yesterday. Pulling up anything on the scanner. Anybody have any requests? GM, or is that just good morning? Good morning to you too. Let's see. Get rid of some of this stuff that I've got going on here. My computer's running a little slow this morning. It's quite irritating. Oh wow, you guys don't need to see all that. Look at that. So pretty. All the colors. All right, one more move. Sorry if this is loud. Just trying to get the mic set up. I think I need to do dual mics. All right. Let me see what I've got here. As far as list goes, I had a list going. And all right. Earnings season is in full effect. Zoom going nuts. Let's check it out. All right, Zoom on the 15. Dark pools. All right, we got a couple dark pool levels. Looks as if the price has been bouncing off of. We've got an increase. Looks like a nice bull flag forming with price action. I'm assuming everybody knows what a bull flag is. If you don't, it's a bullish candlestick pattern where price is increasing. So you've got higher lows and it's an increasing bullish pattern. So what the thought premise behind it is, once it breaks this top resistance, it usually flies. So we've got the Algo is currently trading with price action. Block trade level to be aware of would be 331.20, so 331.20, and then below that 324, 0.401. Those are the latest block trade levels. However, the algo is currently pointed downward, as can be seen here. I'd like to see that bounce off of that block trade level at 331, curl up for continued move upwards. On the 1 minute chart, looks like there was a sell-off yesterday. However, we do still have the ability to use price action as our guide. Looks like we've trying to form a nice little, I love this double bottom pattern where price action comes down, right? Goes back up, finds some resistance, comes back down, finds some support, and then the next thing you know, it's just taking off, right? That's a W pattern. We like to give Wu-Tang Clan some props on that one. So major sell-off at the end of yesterday. Let's see, zoom, check news real quick. Not seeing any news. Looking at it on the chart, we've got positive and increasing MACD. We've got increasing RSI. We are in a Bollinger Band squeeze. We've got the trend is bullish. The market forecast is rising. We've got a $12 ATR. We are in a daily, 2-day, 3-day squeeze. That 2-day and 3-day squeeze is neutral and increasing. So when that turns from yellow to light blue, you can anticipate a larger than expected move, typically to the upside. Currently, we've got the 50 SMA and the 200 SMA to deal with as resistance. We had an inverted hammer at the close yesterday. That can, if I'm correct, that could be a bullish candlestick. I don't really do a lot of candlestick trading. Nothing I ever really got into. I'm sure it works for some people. It's just not something that I use. We've got trendline support coming in at, is that 320? Let's see. There's that gap up. We're going to call it 320. All right, so we've got support of the 21 EMA at 320. God, that thing moves a lot, doesn't it? Gotta get closer. Oh, toss, don't do this to me today. Thank you. Positive VWAP, we've got moving average support coming in right at 330. There's this doji. I'm going to go off of here. See if that gives me. When drawing support lines, you want to make sure that you touch as many candlesticks as possible. And I like I think this level here. I'm just going to call that 330. Got support at 330. Resistance coming in. Oh, come on, 330. We've got resistance coming in at the 50 SMA, which is at 344, and then at 391. $12 ATR. We can definitely see some movement on this. Looking at overnight session, looks as if though we faded overnight, found support right at that 331 level. We've got, and this is on the 5 minute, like I said, MACD is negative but decreasing. RSI is curling over. We've got bullish divergence, which means that even though price is coming down, our technical indicators are making a bullish move. Fibonacci off of the 4 hour, previous high to previous low, shows the 618 retracement right at our price level of 333.50 for a target of 353, 363 ultimate target. That'll run right into the 200 SMA. We are in, our MACD is positive and increasing. Our Iridium Fire has fired a mid thrust. 4-hour squeeze, low compression, followed by the daily higher compression, followed by the 2-day super compression squeeze. When those release, we can anticipate that to continue to boost price upwards. Let's see, we've got earnings coming up next month. So looking at this with a $15 ATR, I like the 3.6. I'm gonna go 353 level for Zoom. $340s. So this week, all right. So May 21st, 350s. Wow, those are kind of expensive. What did I say? 353, 363. The 350, 360 vertical could be an option. So that's Zoom. Saw a request for Neo. Neo, lovely Neo. I remember when that thing came out, it was my free stock from Robinhood. I was like, oh, this is great. It was $1. Had I known it was going to go to 60, I would have loaded up on it. All right, Neo. Okay. With using the flow trade system, it's really nice. I can look back 14 days for block trades. I usually like to look back 7 days for the dark pool block trades. All right, this is a great learning chart. What we have is we have a cluster of block trades coming in right at 41, ranging from 41.08 to 41.14. As you can see from price actions came down and it smacked into those block trade levels, and it's providing support. Block trade levels will act as support and resistance. They'll be support until it can no longer support it, and then it'll become, it'll fail, and then it'll become resistance on the way back up. Let's make sure everybody understands that, especially cluster ones. Those are a little bit more significant. Price action was selling, right? They were selling this off till it found a base. At that time, price action began trading with the algo. We've got bearish divergence, meaning that the algo is, all right, so this divergence is no longer valid. This divergence here. So price action is trading with the algorithm in that they're both selling off, which based on what Neo's been up to lately doesn't really surprise me. I would look for this algo line to curl over for the next move upwards. Looking at Neo on the, I call it the intraday, the 1 minute chart. This is that block trade level that you can see. Neo came down, found some support there at this level here. We've got bullish divergence that's formed where price action is separated from the algo. The algo is still currently pointing downwards. So again, I would look for Neo, the algo, to curl up to begin the next move upwards. Neo run into earnings. We've got, can't type this morning. Neo. All right. These are earnings. Is earnings today? Oh, earnings tomorrow? All right. So Neo's earnings tomorrow. Let me get rid of my old drawing set here. All right. From a technical standpoint, starting at the bottom, working my way up, we've got positive, neutral MACD, increasing RSI. We had just left a Bollinger Band squeeze. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . our trend is bullish. Our divergence is bullish. The market forecast is increasing. We have got stacked positive EMAs. We are currently above the 200, the 200 SMA, 34 EMA, 21 EMA. We've got a nice upward directional move. Looks like we came up, we ran into a supply zone here at 43. There's that, just I'm gonna call it 43, or some that 50-day resistance. We hit the resistance, we came back down, we're testing and maintaining that this 34 EMA is going to be our support level right at 40.50. So now, so it needs to maintain that 40.50 support for next move up into earnings. Throw some fibs on here. I need to make a song. Throw some fibs on it. All right, low to high. Nice double bottom. We've got that 200 SMA below us as support. We've got a 49.62 followed by a 53.85 target. NEO moves $2 a day. We're at 41 now. The previous high is at 46. So previous high. 46, targeting 50. All right, doing a little fib extension. Gives us 45. Looks as if though Fibonacci is going to provide us support right at the, ooh, a little too big there. There we go. Let's try this again. All right, are we sawing off? So I would anticipate maybe a flush down to the 34 EMA right at 40, 40.50 is that support level. For the next move upward, we'd like it to see, this could be potential Elliott wave pattern forming, with this being the second leg in that. So coming down, finding support for the third leg up. Positive VWAP, we are in a daily, daily mid compression, 2-day high compression squeeze. Positive ADX with a $2.50 ATR. Looks like they were buying overnight. Currently price looks like it's selling a little bit. $41 is going to be support. Major support, followed by 40.50 for minor. All right, bringing it down. Like I said, I need that algo to curl around for the next move up. So price action came down, found support, moved up, broke through the 618 extension resistance, also the previous high resistance at 42. Got out there, started freaking out and said, oh, I need some resistance, I need some support. Came back down, tested. It's currently testing the 8 EMA on the 4-hour chart. If it maintains that level, I like the 45 strike. Playing this week's 45. I don't know if it's got the juice to get there at 2.5 a day. These 42s have got a ton of open interest on both the call and the put. I would anticipate market makers trying to pin at 42. So they've got a $2.40 expected move. They're at 40, 42 sounds about right. I like the 42s. That's this week's. I don't typically play into earnings. However, NEO's one of those super popular stocks that everybody's anticipate a lot of volume. Lmnd is the next one. Lemonade. Whoa, get back here. Lmnd, NEO, and Zoom. All right. Lmnd. This has been a fun one to play. All right, so price action is currently trading with the algorithm. We've got a little bit of bullish separation here. However, that divergence is played out. Looks as if the price action is starting to form a bull flag. If we can maintain the trend line support that has been formed, wish I could just pick one color and stick with it. All right, if we can maintain this trend line support here, this level here, I'm just going to call it there. The Algo is currently curled down. I'd like to see that curl back up. No significant block trades other than the 81. There'd be a lot more support opportunities before that. Bringing it down to the 1 minute chart. All right. We go up, we come down, we bounce around, form a double bottom. All right, on the 1 minute chart, we got a little bit different story with the algo. One minute chart algo is curled up. Get to me. Oh, let's try this again. Algo is curled up on the 1 minute chart. As you can see, it's trading with price action. Ooh. Which means that they're basing. This is usually a strong bullish indicator. What I'd like to see is this to provide support and continue for the next move upwards. We'd like the algo to cross over price action and lead the way. Lemonade on the daily. Bing, bing, bing. All right. Getting some notifications here that Lmnd, lemonade. All right. Get rid of some of these drawings. Awesome. Here we go. We do have earnings coming up. Looks like we've got earnings coming up middle of next month. That's the first one I'm seeing on the 11th. That's kind of an interesting date. Anyway, we'll just throw target on there. I'm going to throw fibs on to begin with. We're going to go from this previous high to this current low. I'm going to look for any symmetry from another previous high to a low to this low. Looks like we've got some symmetry forming right at the 618 level. All right, I've just thrown 3 Fibonacci retracements on there. When I do that, I try to see levels or areas of Fibonacci symmetry. I like to use those as target areas, and also just areas that we should pay a little bit more attention to. All right. Currently, the 133, that $3 range from 133 to 136 is going to be my target. Throw a little orange on there right there. Got a little target symbol. Lemonade has got a $5.34 ATR. We're currently in a high compression or mid compression daily squeeze. Histogram positive on that, where we've got positive and increasing MACD. We've got positive and increasing RSI. We are in a scalper squeeze, or it's a Bollinger Band squeeze. Trend is bullish, divergence is bullish, increasing market forecast. We are above the 200, newly formed 200 SMA. We closed above the 34 EMA, which means that our moving average lines are going to start stacking positive. We do have a little bit of a resistance coming in at the 200, or excuse me, at the 50 EMA. With that squeeze being in effect, I don't anticipate it being too much of a resistance, and we can move right through it. We've got shorter term targets at 120, Let me get this down. I don't want to call that right yet. Overnight. Looks like we popped up a little bit overnight. Looks like we're currently selling off, coming down to find support at the 200, which is at 96.50. I'm going to call 96. 96.75, 96.50 support. At 100 target looks pretty good. All right, I'm going to target 100 short term. What was this ATR? Sorry. $5 ATR. We've got on the 4-hour chart the 50% retracement at 96, which is that support level, followed by the 8 EMA, which it may retrace to find a little additional support right at 95. That mid compression squeeze on the 4-hour fired. The high compression daily squeeze, once the 4 hours done firing, will take over and fire. So we've got another 8 days of, looks as if though positive histogram. So an increasing move over the next 8 days. So 8 times 5 is 40. We're going to run into this. If it does move $5 a day, we can look at one. All right. So target is 135. We're going to run into resistance at 100 psychological level. 35. Right. Resistance at 100, which is a psychological level, which is also that 50 period EMA or SMA. That will turn into support once we break it. Current support is going to be at the 90. 96.50, 96 level. On the way up, we're going to hit resistance at 113, which is a previous high. That's going to be my take profit 1. Take profit 2 is going to be at 125 for my target at 135. The options chain. Yeah, that weird like May 11th. Was it? Yeah, May 11th for earnings. May 14th options chain is bear, about the 7th. The 7th 110s have a lot of open interests. They're well within my risk tolerance. Let's see if I can get. Let's look at the 21st. All right, going out to the 21st, those 110s have the most open interest. I like the May 7th 110s. That's just my risk tolerance. I like to play cheap options. All right. How do we measure Fibonacci extensions? Okay, that's a great question. So in Thinkorswim, you've got two tools. You've got the percentage sign, and right next to it, you've got the percentage sign with a 3-point line through it. The way that I look at Fibonacci retracements is I will go from. Just 1 second here. Let me grab. So UPS had earnings, so I'm looking for FedEx to be a sympathy play. FedEx selling overnight. Let me grab another one. Abivi. I just like the name Abivi. Oh, they've got earnings coming up this week too. Second, I've got a list here that I'm trying to grab from. You know what? Let's look at IWM. That'll cover a couple things, and I'll show you how to do fibs on it. Alright, IWM. This is ping pong, range bound, 235. 210. You can play the 210 to 235, bouncing back and forth. Alright, so to do a Fibonacci retracement, you grab the percentage icon, you find the previous high to a previous low. I've got, in the settings for this, I've just got the 50 and the 618 as a retracement. We got 127, 1414, 1618, and 2618 as the extension. The other thing that I like to do is in my chart settings, under General, Snap Drawing sets to OHLC, Open, High, Low, Close. What that will do is it'll allow you to grab the candle, either the wick or the body. If you have wicks turned on, it'll grab the wick to wick. It just makes it really easy to snap to. So you go from previous high to previous low to look at the retracement. To do the extension, which there's a couple of different schools of thought on that. I like to do, there's two ways to do the extension. You would click on the percentage with the 3-point line through it. You would go from previous low. There's two schools of thought. One is you go from the previous low to a previous high to the current low. That would give you the extension. I don't do that way. I go from previous low to current high back to previous low. That provides me with an existing support area and a current trend support and a current trend targets. So there's two schools of thought on that. With the extension, same thing, the 50 retracement, 618 retracement, so that's going to be the retracement for the current move. And then I do the 127, 1414, 1618, and 2.1618. Those are the settings for the extension. While we've got IWM, I'm going to just go through this real quick. We have got on the daily, we are in a daily, 2-day, 3-day, 4-day, weekly squeeze. The daily, 2-day, and 3-day histograms are light blue. We've got stacked EMAs. We've got about a $4 ATR. We've got great beta. We're within 95% of our 52-week high. Positive VWAP. We've got positive and increasing MACD. Our trend is bullish. Our divergence is bullish. We are in a Bollinger Band squeeze currently. So positive, we're positive trend. We're increasing. It looks as if though we came up yesterday. We tapped some previous resistance, which I'm trying to find. What would have stopped us right at that 229.39 level? Let me look at flow trade real quick. IWM. I love this block trade look back because that's just spaghetti. So I'll just grab the, the previous 7 days. Sorry, 8's fine. 6. All right, so for the last 7 days, we've got some pretty significant block trades. We've got a cluster right at 229.23 that is providing some pretty massive resistance. We've got a grouping from at the 225 level that's going to provide support. 228, this 228.17 to 228.43 is another channel of block trades. Looks as though we broke above it. We may run into the 228.84 as resistance for a move up to 229. We really need to break that 229.25 level to kind of release the consolidation that's been forming. We do have bullish divergence on the 15-minute, whereas that can be seen here. Some of that divergence has already played out. Should be all of this divergence has been played out. Our algo line is currently curled down. However, that block looks as though that previous block trade level is providing algo line support. I haven't really dug deep into that to see if there's any validity to it. It's a personal thought. The way that I look at it is that I feel like the algo line smacks into these block trades and uses them as support and resistance as well. That may not be 100% true. I can ask about it later. I'd like that to curl up. Maybe I go in here. IWM on the 1 minute. Price action is trading with the algorithm. Looks like there's a sell-off on the algo at the end of the day. 228.43 is the level that price action is struggling with right now. $228.43. What did it do? Did it run into? Yeah, it ran into those block trades at 229.30. So yeah, I'm just going to call. This is a tough one to call. 229.48. Maybe it's not that tough. Previous resistance. Uh, 229. Is this a little? Sorry, I'm just trying to find the best resistance. I'm just going to slap this there. All right. What I need to see IWM do to be a player is I need it to find some support. We've got stacked positive EMAs. We're above the 50, above the 200 SMA on the daily. I would look for a possible. Let me get down to the. Oh wow, we're taking off overnight. All right. The overnight we are bullish. We're above our EMAs. We are in that Bollinger Band squeeze. On the 4 hour, we did run into that previous resistance. I would like IWM to come down and test or come down and touch the 8 EMA for support right at the 227 level based on movement. So I'm going to say 227 support. Come on. All right, yeah, let's look at this again. 233 target on the break of 230 with support at 227. IDM 227 support, break of 230 or 229.50. Let's do that right. 229.50 break at 229.40. We're going to run to 233, then 237. 234.53 is going to be my target. So 234.53. 234.50. Run out a couple weeks. Next month's 234s. All right, the 235s have got 62,000 open interest. I like the 230, 235 vertical. I also like the 225, 230, 235 fly maybe. Actually, 230, 235, 237 unbalanced fly for this week. Those 230s are juicy. I like those ones. All right, at 6:12, I don't have any additional requests. I'm not seeing anything that's come up through Twitter, other chats. Let me see if I got I think that's it. I don't have anything as far as requests go. Let me just see if I got one on Twitter. All right, been a pretty quiet day. Again, that ticker that I talked about at the beginning, Mnmd. Mnmd. Is that what it is? Mnmd. MD. One second. Mnmd. Yes, I had it right. Mnmd. Mnmd Medicine. They opened at, what did they open at? Opened at 5. They came down. We've got a golden cross over positive increasing MACD, Bollinger Band squeeze, double bottom. High of 577, came down, touched the 80 MA, 375, basing at 375. Anyway, my name is Algo. Thanks for joining me. I'm here every morning, Monday through Friday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. Hit me up in the comments section below if you have any requests, if you have any suggestions on how I can make this experience better for you and for both of us. Please let me know. The YouTube channel is still new. We're still trying to work out some of the kinks and find what the best flow is. So yeah, definitely love your feedback on that. Have a great day and make sure you protect the capital, right? Cash is a position. Have a great day, everyone.